So I would like you to tell me about your academic performance starting from class 8th onwards.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Please tell me the percentage of marks you scored in various examinations, subjects you opted for after your class 10th, and now that you are about to complete your class 12, what subjects you have in mind to take for your higher education.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. Thereafter, tell me if you are not recommended in your SSB attempt here,
Yes.
in that case, what alternative career option that you have in your mind, right? Thereafter, let me know about your participation in games, sports, and extracurricular activities. You can also tell me about your friends who all have been your close friends. Let me know their names and tell me how do you spend your time when you are in the company of your friends, right?
Yes.
And who are the teachers whom you liked, and who are those few teachers for some reasons you didn't like them. Let me know the reasons for your likes and dislikes of your teachers. Right? Okay.
Yes.
So you can start.
Sir, in class 8, I scored 85% in my final examination, and then after I scored 78% in my ninth examination final, and in 10th I scored 92.6% in my boards examination, and in class 11th I scored 84.4% in my final examination, and
Okay.
now I am appearing for class 12 board this year, and after 12th I would like to continue with science because I have much interest in science, and that's why I will go with science.
So science means will you take BSc or you will appear for BTech,
Be,
appear for your
I will.
JEE mains and then
Yes.
qualify for. So what is it that you would like to do in science?
Sir, I will choose BTech.
BTech.
Yes, sir.
And to do BTech, what is it that you have to do?
What is
बीटेक करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा तुमको?
to appear for JEE mains and
JEE means
yes, sir.
all okay. Right. Do you think what subject you will take for your BTech?
No, sir, I don't think about after 12th right now, but after 12th I will have science as a main subject.
Hmm. So there is no BTech in science. You have BTech in so many subjects like mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electricals, computer science, right? So you have not applied your mind
Yes, sir.
towards that so far. You have not thought about that. Hmm?
Yes,
All right, okay. Carry on. You can tell me about your other things.
yes, sir. Sir, I have so many friends in my school, and I have some best friend like Anand Kumar, Ajju, Mohit, uh, and all have different qualities, and all are my best friends. And I like I, I like all the teachers. There is no specific teacher which I don't like, and I would say all teachers have their way of teaching
Yeah.
us, and school is like our second home. So, and teachers are like our second parents. So I don't dislike any teacher, but I like the way of teaching of physics teacher Mr. Onkar sir, who have the teaching experience of more than 30 years, and he explains the topic with the live demonstration and practicals.
So you like your physics teacher.
Yes.
Hmm? But I hear from so many of your school mates, sir, one teacher we dislike is our physics teacher. So
Yes,
how is it that you like a teacher whom most of
sir.
your classmates don't like?
Sir, this needs most of the attention, because if you miss one concept of the physics, then you will not understand the upcoming concept. And so they tend, because they have the tendency to give the examples and make us all understand the topic, but they don't be attentive in that much in the class.
Okay.
so they
All
dislike.
right. Okay. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So I have participated in so many activities in my school. I have participated last year. Talking about the last year, I have participated in so many games like volleyball, hockey, and so many curricular activities like debate, quiz, and cross country, and
Hmm.
all. And uh, some of the achievements I have, I secured third position in quiz, and in debate I also secured third position, and I was talking about the individual position. I was fourth in cross country. Yes,
In
sir.
your school,
Yes, sir.
in which group?
In senior group.
Senior group.
Yes, sir.
So you came fourth.
Yes, sir.
What is the distance you have to run for your cross
So
country?
12 kilometer is the distance we have to run in our cross
12
country.
kilometers.
Yes, sir.
And how much time did you take to complete
Sir,
your 12 kilometer distance? You
sir.
came fourth.
Yes, sir.
तो कितना टाइम लगा?
Sir, I took 49 minutes to complete my 12-kilometer running, and
49 minutes.
yes, sir.
Hmm? Hmm. All right, okay. So what is the route for your cross country there?
Sir, there is a round of our school first of 3 kilometers, and then we got a chance to go outside the school and have a route of some nearby place, and then come back to the school and have the ending in the athletic ground.
It ends in the athletic ground. That is okay.
Yes, sir.
But 12 kilometers is a long distance.
Yes, sir.
So once you take a round of your school, then what is the route that you follow? Do you cross some villages?
No, sir. There is a particular place like Goal Market, a nearby place, and there is a shop near approx. Uh, 2, 3, or 4 kilometers away from our school, which from where we get a token, and we take the token and come back to the school and submit it near the
All right, okay. So you came fourth. That's
yes,
quite good.
yes.
So how many were running in the senior group where you came fourth?
Sir, senior group includes 10th, 11th, and 12th,
So how
and
many boys were there
there were approx 250 boys, 250 or 200 boys,
in the
200.
senior group?
Yes, sir.
10th, 11th, 12th.
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. Right, fine.
And that's all.
That's all. All right, fine. So academically, I find you have done well. You have fairly good percentage in your class 10th and class 11th. Of course, percentage dropped, but it's not it's not a big drop. So fine. So academically, it's okay. Now you told me about your friends. You named a couple of friends, but before that, let me just talk about your games and extracurricular activities. You told me that you have taken part in debate competition and quiz competition,
Yes, sir.
right? And was it debate? Of course, one it's an individual competition, but quiz competition was as a team or as a
There were
single
there was a
person?
group of two cadets, one from the juniors and one for them from the seniors. I was from the senior group, and one cadet was my partner.
Who was your partner? Huh?
And he was from ninth class.
Ninth class.
Yes, sir. Mm.
So, what was this quiz test or quiz competition about? What kind of questions were being asked?
There were no specific section for, from which the questions were asked. So
Normally,
there were
you have geography, history, science.
yes, sir.
So
There
what?
was science, movies, current affairs, and voice. Like you have to find the voice who is speaking, and some of the recently happened news. Like you have to like Rafael is there, and you have to name that which aircraft is that, and
Okay,
like that.
right. Okay. So that was your quiz competition,
Yes, sir.
and you came third
Yes, sir.
out of how
Out
many
of
were participating?
we participated, there were 9 houses, 8 are senior houses, and one is girls'
So
hostel.
your house got third position,
Yes, sir.
right? And you also taken part in debate competition.
Yes, sir.
So, what was the debate that you have spoken? What was the subject of your debate?
So the subject was G20, about G20. Russia should be included in G20 or not during the time of presidency of India. That was the topic. And due to the
But Russia is part of G20.
Yes, sir.
तो उसमें फिर
It's
डिबेट क्या
Russia.
हुआ? Russia is
Russia,
already part of your G20 group.
Russia should be excluded from.
Excluded
Yes, sir.
or should not be excluded.
Yes, sir.
That was the debate. So what did you speak on?
Sir, I was in the against. I I told um, I
Against means Russia should be excluded or
Russia
included?
should not be excluded from G20.
Should not be excluded from the. That is
G20.
what you.
Yes, sir.
So
Because
what arguments did you give in support of Russia should not be excluded?
sir, I gave some arguments like Russia is a developed country and it will help the G20 to achieve its objective with a greater ease, and it will help the supporting countries. And Russia is doing this because of its security. Because if Ukraine will be the part of G20 NATO, then America will take advantage of this and can attack on Russia. And this is for the people's security of Russia. That's I gave some points like this.
Hmm. All right, okay, fine. And you are okay when it comes to your physical running stamina. You said you came fourth
Yes,
in your cross country, but you are not that good in your games.
sir. I play volleyball, and during the time of zonals, I went for RSIP, Rajya Sabha Internship Program, which was initiated by Vice Honorable Vice President of India.
So what was this Rajya Sabha internship program? What did you do there?
Sir, we went there and see the live proceedings of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha
Hmm.
during that time, and we also witnessed our Honorable Vice President as a chairman there, and also got to know that how the Parliament works.
So you see the working or running of both Rajya Sabha and
Yes, sir.
Lok Sabha. So what is the total time you spent there?
So there was approx 30 minutes or 45 minutes.
30 minutes each for Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha.
Yes, sir.
And so it is 1 day's program, and then you
No, sir. It was a 7-day program, and yes, sir.
7 days. So
Yes.
you were in Delhi for 7 days.
No, sir. From uh, it was two time visit Rajya Sabha and one time for Lok Sabha, and during the other days we visited old Parliament and new Parliament, and there were the 1 day for our rest.
1 day for.
Rest. Initial first day was rest.
So when did you meet your school type Vice President of India?
We met on the last day, or
Met him
last day of our
last
RSIP.
day.
Yes, sir.
So how many minutes you spent with him?
So we had our breakfast with him.
You had your breakfast with him
Yes, sir.
at his home or somewhere else?
Vice President's house.
Home.
Yes, sir.
Vice President's house.
Yes, sir.
So breakfast means you would have spent about an hour there.
Yes, sir.
क्या खिलाया?
We had photographs, and
You had photograph, of course.
we talked. He talked us about that how was the school when he was in our school, and he told us about that how there are other career options also. If you not are not selected in any armed forces, then you should opt for other services, like there is private service, and you can serve country in other ways also.
All right. Okay. So you came impressed with your Vice President?
Yes, sir.
You came impressed with your Vice President,
Yes,
or?
sir.
All right. Okay. Fine. So that is your internship with internship program. You had been there. So you said you play volleyball.
Yes, sir.
You played in some competition.
Yes, sir. I inter house. We won that competition. Our house secured first position in inter house competition out of 8 houses.
Your house won the volleyball inter-house competition.
Yes, sir.
And all right. Okay. So tell me, at what position did you play in
Uh,
volleyball?
I used to play at net center.
Net center.
Yes, sir.
And what did you do in volleyball? आगे सेंटर के नेट के पास खेल रहे थे तो what were you doing? What
So
was your role for your
I
team?
I used to block the smashes which are coming from the opposite side, and make the balls for the spikers who are standing at the side of me. so that they can smash the ball.
Okay. So you blocked,
Yes, sir.
and then also you made the ball for your smasher to hit.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Right. You fine. So that is that. So when you look back, you got admission in Sainik school in which class?
Sixth.
Sixth.
Yes, sir.
So you spent nearly 6 years in
Yes, sir.
Sainik school. So now you are about to pass out from your Sainik school.
Yes, sir.
So tell me a couple of things how Sainik school molded you or shaped you. Tell me three things that Sainik school helped to mold you.
Any school taught me so many things, like uh, gave me the opportunity to communicate with so many peoples, and helped me to develop some of the qualities like communication skills, commanding skills, and most important, that is discipline. That there should be discipline in each field, whether it is education or your daily routine. And it shaped my life. If I will not be selected in armed forces, then there is a positive thing in me that I will be disciplined in each field. In the field I will go, I will be disciplined. That's the most important.
All right. Okay. And tell me two things you didn't like being in Sainik school.
Sir, initially I didn't like ragda. Then
You didn't
when
like what?
ragda, that we were
What is
get,
ragda?
yes sir,
Who used to give you ragda?
seniors and
Seniors.
yes sir.
Okay.
They gave us ragda in front of our parents, and our parents was
In front
watching.
of your parents.
Yes, sir.
But your
That
parents are at home.
no, sir. That was our first day, and we were going for mess, and we took a shortcut. And then our seniors told
Yeah,
us
you
to
are not
follow.
supposed to take shortcut.
Yes, sir. Then they gave us ragda in front of our parents. Our parents were standing there.
So what did your father say when he saw you being punished?
My father is have a army background, so he told me that it is a part of your training to be an officer.
As part of your training.
And then I did not took the ragda seriously. And
All right, okay, fine. So that is that. That is one thing.
yes,
Or
sir.
second thing that you didn't like.
Second thing, I don't like that there is a less focus on class 12, because
Let's
in
focus on
class 12,
class.
class means class 12 does not give much attention to the class 12 boards. They prepare for class NDA and there's SSB and all. That's I don't like that. Teachers also persuade us to focus more on ND written instead of going for the boards, scoring good and all.
So your point is that the school does not give sufficient stress or
Yes, sir.
emphasis on academics.
Academic means
They are more NDA exam oriented.
yes, sir.
तो ठीक है, but you are sitting here to join NDA, and if they are doing that, they help you to achieve your aim too.
Because some
So why
of
you
the
don't like it?
because I, as a academic captain, I talked to my classmates, and most of them were not interested to go in armed forces. So they told me that they are not interested in NDA and all, and they are forced to study for NDA. That's the thing.
So you are also part of those guys.
No, sir. I am talking about the
Huh?
problems.
And your physics teacher, Mr. Omkar Singh, is also of that opinion
Yes,
that you should be preparing more for your IIT rather than NDA.
yes, sir.
And that is the reason you like him. Huh? Both of you happen to be on the same frequency.
Yes.
All right, okay, fine. Okay, so you tell me two things that your friends didn't like about you.
First thing is that I have less patience. That uh, whenever I see when because uh, when I saw in the past few days when our PT second examinations were going on, I saw some of the cadets. Uh, were cheating in exam, and they were tell because if a cadet is at one corner and second is at another corner, then he can tell other cadet the options, answer of the options which are there.
There's a multiple choice
Yes,
questions.
yes, sir. So I went to the vice principal and told them that they should introduce the set system so that they will have the jumbled MCQs in their examination and they cannot cheat. And because of that, our classmates also get the set, a set of different set, and they don't like this because I have much discipline. And
Okay, so your friends didn't like that you are trying to increase their difficulties.
not
Huh?
difficulties, I am preparing them for boards examination because boards also have the set system, so they. Second thing is that I have less patience than others. Like if um, a cadet, if my classmate is doing something, then I directly go to him and tell him that you are doing wrong, that you should not do that. That I have less patience and I don't hesitate in telling anyone truth.
Less patience तो पता नहीं चलता इससे. What you are telling me is, like you find somebody doing something wrong, you will
Yes,
go and tell him. So, it is that maybe what you think is right and wrong, you like those right things to be done. So that is not really linked with your patience. So how is it linked with your patience? How are you impatient?
like uh, I don't hesitate, sir. Like somebody is
Hesitate
doing
in doing what?
telling someone truth that you are doing wrong. If somebody is doing wrong, then I will go to him and tell him that.
That is okay. So that is your sense of, you know, distinguish, distinguishing between right and what is not correct. All right. Okay. Right. So did you land up into any problem because of this?
No, sir. I have good friends. I can convince them what I have done because for initial days when I did the set system, they told me that you have done wrong. Then I told them the consequences of this in the future. Then they told me that you were right. That's why.
All right. Okay. Fine. People don't think, in the long term. They always think their near-term interest.
Yes, sir.
So in near-term interest, what you were doing was actually annoying them, making them angry with you.
Yes.
All right, fine. Let's talk about your family now. Yug, tell me about your parents. You told me about your father is a ex-service person,
Yes, sir.
and now he's working in BSc.
Yes, sir.
And you also have uh, elder brother,
Yes,
and who is now currently doing his BSc.
yes, sir.
So tell me, how do you spend your time at home? What kind of activities you are busy with when you visit home? Describe me those activities that you do at your home during your leave. Okay? Tell me, in your family, whom are you close to? When you have a problem, who is the person you will go to for help or advice? Right? And being in Sanic school, what kind of pocket money you were getting and how did you spend it?
Yes. Sir, talking about the routine I follow during my vacations, that uh, I wake up at 3:30, 5:30, and went uh, and get ready for a walk. And I walk with my brother for half an hour, and then after I took bath and all, and then after I used to have breakfast. Then I study till 11 o'clock, and then after 1 hour, I used to give to my family, and I talk to my parents about the school activities then, and share them the photos which I clicked in the school and uh, during my journey to the school and coming to the school. And after that, I have my lunch. Then after I I have a sleep of uh, approx 2 hours, and then after I went for playing games with my cousins and all, with my friends of villages, and then after I have bath, and after that I used to spend time with my family and study for 2 hours after that and have a sleep.
Okay. So at home also during your leave you study
Yes,
for nearly 3 to 4 hours a day.
yes, sir.
Hmm? All right. Okay. Do you also assist your mother in any way in
Yes,
her work at home? If yes, tell me what all do you do to help your mother at home?
sir. I help my mother. I teach my mother that how to use smartphones. It-
Okay.
She she had a new phone.
So what is it in use of smartphone that you have taught your mother?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me.
Instead of that,
Huh?
yes, sir.
What is it that you taught your mother in use of smartphone? Smartphone में अपनी मदर को क्या सिखाया?
I taught them about how to do video calls and how to join, uh, how to merge two calls, how to
Merge to?
merge two calls. Like if I am talking to my mother, then my mother can add someone else to the call, then conference calls.
Okay, it's a conference call.
Yes, sir. Then I told my mother about WhatsApp and all that, how to use it,
Hmm.
and told them about the YouTube, that she can use YouTube to make new things, like in like gloves and caps they used to make by seeing videos on YouTube, and also use YouTube to cook new things,
Hmm?
cook a new
Okay.
disease.
Some new recipes.
Yes, sir. That's all I.
All right, okay. So father is normally he's
Yes, sir.
away now. He's posting. You said he's in Arunachal.
Yes, sir.
So that is far away. How often do you speak with him?
Sir, I used to call him twice a week, and I often used to tell him about my studies, and we have.
Hello.
I called to my elder brother because uh, he was with me in the school. He is a ex-historian, and he was my senior at the time when I was in school. And
So he didn't make it for NDA. He could not clear his NDA written
no,
all the time. So
this
now
time
he's,
he has cleared.
huh?
This time he has cleared ND written and preparing for SSB.
He will be going or he is already
No, he will.
last exam he cleared or this exam
This exam he
with
has.
you.
Yes, sir.
So he is also preparing for his SSB.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now that you have been away from home for the last 6 years,
Yes, sir.
doing your education in Sainik school, was there any occasion when you went home and for some reasons you came for scolding by your parents?
I went home for my cousin sister wedding at home, and a time when my father was at home.
Hmm.
They had a operation. He had a operation of his kidney stones. Then I went to home at that time. There were I took no. Usually I
Your
don't.
father had a kidney issue
Yes, sir.
and he has been operated for that.
Yes, sir.
What was the problem?
There were my small stones in his kidney.
Okay, kidney stones.
Yes, sir.
So, ठीक है. My question was, for any reasons, were you scolded by your parents for some time?
I can't recall it right now.
You can't
Yes,
recall it.
because I have not went home from last 6 or 7 months.
But you go on your leave, you spend more than a month.
Yes, sir.
So, there was never a time when you were scolded?
I don't.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. So, when we when I look at your hobbies, you mentioned that you like interacting or talking with other people.
Yes, sir.
So, should I understand that once you are broken off from here, you'll meet anybody and you start talking to him?
No, sir. With
What do you mean by, like to talk to people?
talk to people means the people whom I know and with me. Like if I join my college, then I tend to speak to my classmates and my college mates, and I have the tendency to speak to my juniors.
All right, okay. So, tell me, you do you like to read some books other than your textbooks? If yes, then you can let me know what are the books that you have read. Okay. Thereafter, tell me when you go back home, you have been, you know, making your mother understand how to use mobile. But how do you make use of your mobile? For what all purposes do you use your mobile? Right? Okay. And at home or in your school, if you like to watch TV, then what are the TV programs that you like to see? Right? Okay.
Uh, what
Start.
what was the first question?
You can start from the second question if you don't remember first question.
Uh, um, I generally use mobiles phone for my. I generally use WhatsApp to communicate with my classmates and all, and uh, I don't often use mobile phones. Initially, when I was in ninth or 10th, I used to play mobile games
Hmm.
with my mobile on my mobile, but now had I have not much time, so that I don't play mobile games. And in school, when uh, on every Saturday or Sunday, there is a movie before dinner. So we have a movie of our choice of senior classes choice. Then
You have a movie of your choice?
yes, sir, senior classes choice.
Hmm.
So we can watch movie on every Saturday and Sunday, and there is a computer in each house, which is available to the students for during the prep time. In evening, we have prep time from 6:30 to 7:45, and in the night we have prep time from 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. and we can use
So
that.
one computer is not enough for one house?
Yes, sir. It is recently installed in our house, and principal sir is telling us that there will be more number of computers in each house, but not now.
Hmm.
And
So, how do you make use of that computer in your house?
sir, whenever competition comes, like recently we have Chandrayaan essay, Chandrayaan 3 competition, painting competition, and all. Then I used to guide students and cadets of our house that how to use the Chat GPT and all, and how to uh, grab content from the internet. And I also guided them that which painting you should paint so in your Chandrayaan 3 competitions and all.
All right. Your favorite programs on the TV, and my first question was about books that you have read. Your school has got a very good library,
Yes, sir.
right? So, did you find some time to read some books, draw some books, and read them? If yes, tell me which all books.
Sir, I have read recently. I have read a book named "What Things You Should Keep in Mind uh, Before Going to IIT." It was a book by Chetan Bhagat, and
Title क्या था book का?
three things must you know before going to IIT. It was the title.
This is the title of the book also.
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. So
And
Chetan Bhagat is an IITian.
yes, sir. From Delhi,
Hmm.
IIT Delhi, and he told us about the story of three friends. They were one is doing IIT for getting a good job because he need financial support. One have the good physical and physique, and he had the tendency to use his own mind instead of using the old techniques that was book talking about.
That's the only book that you read?
Sir, I have read Atomic Habits, which was prescribed by our last vice principal. That she told us that you should read
Who
this
was
book.
your last vice principal?
Uh, she was
Currently, you have a lady.
yes, sir.
Huh?
Parul Srivastava, ma'am.
She's moved out or she's still there?
She is still there.
The previous vice principal
Yes,
was also a lady officer.
yes, sir.
You don't remember her name?
Um, I can't recall it right now.
You can't recall. Okay.
Yes.
All right, okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything left?
No, sir.
Who's the author of Atomic Habits?
Uh, James Clerk. Yes,
James Clerk.
yes, sir. I think this is
Did you read the book?
yes, sir.
So tell me, what did you learn? In a very, in 3, 4 sentences, you tell me, what did you learn having gone through Atomic Habits?
Sir, I learned from the book that you how to stop procrastination. That instead of setting big goals, you should start with the small goals. Like you have to walk, you have to do exercise before after getting up. Then you should break your goal in small parts. Like you should prepare your shoes before and you should have some small tasks to achieve a big goal.
Okay. All right, okay. Now, if you talk about current affairs,
Yes, sir.
uh, you can tell me whatever that you have been reading in current affairs, or you can tell me 3 international news and 3 national news.
Sir, talking about the three national news, I have recently read about the 6A article, uh, which was first came into limelight during the time of
What is the article you are telling me? I haven't.
6A Act.
6 day
6A
6A. All right, okay. Article 6A.
Act.
All right, okay. तो उसके बारे में क्या है?
So it was for the people who migrated from Bangladesh to Assam because after the partition, and they were given the citizenship of Assam. And so in during the time of 1985, a student group protested that they should not be given the citizenship of India. Then the government of Assam and government of India and that leader of that student group uh, came at a came
What is the
at
name of the student group?
yes, sir.
What was the name of student group? You are talking about Assam's student group
Yes, sir.
who launched that movement against the citizenship being given to the Bangladeshi people. नाम क्या था स्टूडेंट ग्रुप का?
I
So then what happened?
then they decided a date that those people who came before 1966 in the Assam will be given the permanent citizenship of India, and those who came before the 1971 will be given the citizenship, but they will not get the right to vote because if they Bangladesh citizens will get the citizenship of India, and they will uh, uh, do voting, then they will choose the leader who will have the ideology of Bangladeshi.
Hmm.
Like this was the reason for their protest.
So what happened finally?
Finally, they came to a conclusion that
Huh?
those who Bangladeshis who came from Bangladesh to Assam before 1966 will be given the citizenship, but those who came before between
Yeah,
the time
between
span,
66 and 71 war,
yes sir,
उनका क्या होगा?
and they will given the right of citizenship, but they will not get the right of voting of for next 10 years.
Hmm. Okay, but what is 6A?
That that
Why
is,
was 6A required?
I have read this only.
Hmm.
Another news I read in newspaper that was blindfold has been removed from the Lady Justice statue of India and a sword is replaced from the Book of Constitution. And next news I read is that uh, some activists are uh, telling that India should also have their own nature restoration law because
India should also have.
their nature restoration law that because EU have initiated in June 2024 that they will have their nature restoration law for the countries who are the part of European Union, and they will for
So
before
what do they want to do with nature restoration? उसमें क्या करवा?
before uh, till 2030 the European Union countries have decided to restore their 20% resources which they have lost till now, and till 2050 they will restore their 100% nature which they have lost in the previous years. So India should also have this type of initiative. Some activists are saying that in India, and some international news I read about that India Canada relations, and second is India China dispute, and third is Israel and Iran war.
All right. Okay. So in India Canada dispute now because of Hardeep Singh Nijjar's murder,
Yes sir.
this relationship between India and Canada has become a little tensed.
Yes sir.
But are you aware that it has got some past history also? What happened in 1984 in India?
I don't know sir.
You're not aware? The Golden Temple was attacked because Golden Temple was that time occupied by Khalistani terrorists. Then
Yes.
Indian army had to be sent and they attacked Golden Temple and cleared Golden Temple off. So Sikhs in Canada, in protest against attack on Golden Temple, they did something. What was that they did? Did you hear about this?
No sir.
No idea. So that Sikhs in Canada did something very violent. You are not aware about that. Okay. All right. You tell me what are the areas you feels he needs to improve upon.
I should improve upon my reading habits because I read other books like my library books very less, and I should also improve upon my communication skills.
You should improve on your communication
For
skills.
that, I have also used the red card system in our house, so that if I told to my juniors that you should up to 10th should have a red card. So if anybody, if you find anybody from your house speaking in Hindi, then you can give that card to him, and he will speak a topic in night assembly.
Okay, but it is here need to improve your communication. That is your personal need. You need to improve your communication also.
Yes, sir. Then after that, I comment on his performance during giving the topic.
Okay, fine.
And I also try to speak in English with my teachers and friends.
With your
Friends.
friends. So fine. You should read more. You should improve your communication skills. और क्या है where you should try and improve?
Uh, Play more games.
Play more games. All
Yes,
right. Okay.
different games should be.
Right. Does you also think that he needs to improve his level of or knowledge of current affairs?
Yes,
All right. Okay. And anything else?
nothing, nothing else.
That's it.
Yes,
All right. Okay. You must speak louder. You will not, during your interview at the SSB, you will not be made to sit that close as you are now. You will be made to sit far away. All right. Where you see the first row, look behind. That is the minimum distance you will be from the interviewing officer's table, and therefore you need to speak loud enough to be heard clearly. Otherwise, you are speaking in a very low tone, so that is not being heard clearly by your interview officer. So he'll ask you, थोड़ा जोर से बोलो. He'll not ask you time and again. Then he'll give up. ठीक है, ये तो ऐसे ही बोलेगा. Okay, so there is a need for you to improve your communication skills. Uh, you are getting stuck.
yes, sir.
You are not able to speak that fluently as you should. Okay, and also speak loudly.
Yes, sir.
When you speak loud, that also signify or underlines your level of confidence, self confidence. Okay, so
Yes,
be a little more loud. Okay, fine. Other things we'll cover in your class tomorrow. The feedback,
yes,
right? Any questions that you'd like to ask?
nothing.
Okay, you can